What does God get out of praise and adoration? For example, some accounts, the seraphim eternally shower God with praise and adoration. Several religions seem to promote this concept as well. Is praise part of the feedback loop to God in return for the manifestation of the creation? It is the effect on us that is significant. That the relationship with God provides a context in which an expression is created within our own physiologies, our individual physiologies, our individual hearts, and it's leveled out to the field of creation, to that which is like a ginormous resonating chamber. Wholeness, totality, fullness. So you can imagine if I sent my voice out into a dead chamber, you can hardly hear that, right? But if I sent my voice out into a big resonating chamber, and I'll just use my room for a second, which is bigger than this, right? Woo! It makes a bigger sound, right? And you can almost, if you knew how to dissect the sound, you would be able to hear the resonating chambers in the other rooms of my house too. And there's an opening that goes up to the second floor. So when I go, woo, it echoes, not just in this room that I'm in, but it echoes out in those other spaces too. Well, then you can imagine that instead of your voice, it is praise, it is adoration, it is fullness of the heart. It is an expression that ultimately has a deeply healing effect on the physiology. And if I send that expression out energetically into the field of the divine, into God, what happens is the body of God reflects it back infinitely. And that is extremely evolutionary for the individual who experiences the praise. So why do the angels spend their day just like giving and giving and giving and loving and adoring and singing the praises? Because the angels love what it does to their bodies. Strengthens them and heals them and fills them with light again and again and again. And that light is so luscious, so delicious, so perfect, so profound that it's like, why do anything else? It's like pushing a button that creates bliss, right? And if you had a button that you could push that made you feel intensely happy, you could just keep pushing that button. No need to do anything else. Just push it. It's like that. The state of humility is that condition for the physiology and the consciousness that allows that relationship to rarefy within the physiology and form the foundation for exceptional health. Form the foundation for the possession of the gifts of the Spirit and all that is good, not just for us in our individuality, but for the entire field of creation. So yeah, I didn't do as many like straight on, okay, now I'm doing a healing. But I feel that at least in this session, I've offered something that's big. Because in the end, you guys, it's not about me doing healings for you. It's about you being in a state of eternally upgrading the physiology. Every moment, every breath, every experience brings the physiology into a higher state of expression, just like the seraphim who spend their day praising God, because every stroke of praise, every impulse of love from the heart reflects back and builds their bodies brighter and more beautiful and more perfect and more absolute.